This week on a podcast from Beneath, we watch Bad Taste. I'm here with Billy
How's it going?
and Eric.
How you doing?
All right, so Bad Taste, 1987, Peter Jackson's first film.
Neat.
Rewatched this the other day. I'd seen it a long time ago for the first time.
Nah, well, first time I saw it, I was actually at Bill's house, and I remember not liking it.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that this is the best invite your friends over for a weekend and make a movie. Because
Yeah,
that's basically all it was. It took him
Yeah,
4
pretty
years.
much.
It took him 4
yeah, it
years,
took him 4 years.
but it was him and his friends got together, made a movie. No, they didn't have a script. They just every scene was just an idea.
I agree with that little sentiment, just because the more this movie played, the more I liked it. Because this was the movie that I wanted to make when I was making little movies. Like
Right.
this was the feature the feel of the feature length picture that I wanted to make, because it was definitely just made in somebody's backyard.
And the effects were pretty decent.
Yeah, they were all
Effect-
done by Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
the
made
the gore effects are freaking awesome.
he done
Like,
all the gore effects. He made every gun in this movie was a prop that he made, along with the
So
alien
talented.
costumes.
He also
Like-
played Derek and Robert, and he played a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I have to put down Peter Jackson, writer, director, cannibal, possibly alien.
You know what? I didn't know that he played Derek, the guy that fell, like, busted his head.
Yeah, it's just him shaven. That's the
Yeah,
only
like-
difference.
And, like, him with his, like, he has buck teeth, which I don't know. I've never seen his teeth, but I was like, I didn't think it was the same person. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is a much younger, much thinner Peter Jackson.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
skinny now.
He
got
kind of
skinny
looked
again.
like when he was playing the the alien character, before they
Right.
transform. Yeah, he reminded me of I think the wrestler's name was Mankind. What was his name? Mick Foley.
Yeah,
or
he did a little
something?
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I kept thinking of.
It was like Mick Foley, or maybe like a real skinny. God, what was that big wrestler, like Earthquake or Typhoon? Like one of those B wrestlers. I can't think of their names, but he kind of reminded me of that too. Can
But
you
this
believe?
is
Okay.
also one of those when you see it, like when I saw it as a kid, it was that weird foreign film. It wasn't.
Mm.
It didn't have this, the American horror movie feel to it, which
It,
made it really
feels
good.
exactly like how the first Mad Max feels.
Yeah,
It's just very, like, it looks like it was shot on what, like not 8 millimeter. It was better than that, like 16, something like that.
probably.
But definitely a movie that's, you could tell they got more money as they were making it, because the beginning of the movie is very slow, very oddly paced, and just kind of stitched together. Then at the end of the movie, they have like a house blowing up, a goddamn rocket ship, they're flying in space and shit.
Yeah.
People
Yeah, I
getting
think
cut
the
up by a chainsaw and whatnot. Like, this movie gets gradually better. It's almost like an adventure,
well, I
just
know,
through filmmaking.
yeah, I think he was almost finished with the film before I guess the New Zealand Film Commission gave him some money to help finish it. But I know the house that blew up. He made 3 models of that house. One that he blew up, and then one was for the this when it was the house was lifting off the ground,
Yeah.
and then there was a smaller one that was used for like the space scenes.
And people just knew Peter Jackson. They're like, this kid's got some talent. Let's give him some more money so he can make some more movies. Because for being low budget, I mean, this was I like it. I like it a lot. It was funny. It was special effects. It's just like really good.
So apparently this movie was sent to Cannes Film Festival. So that means people paid money to watch Peter Jackson be shat out by an alien.
Yeah.
See, I wish I would have saw this when I was like real little, but I only saw this for the first time. It was like 6 years ago or something like that.
Was it when we watched it?
Yeah,
Like
I think
forever ago?
so. Well, I've seen it twice. I've seen it when we saw it. I think it was the first time, and then when I was like house sitting one time, I made a bunch of people watch it, and they
You
didn't
did
like
that.
it. Yeah, they didn't like it.
They
Yeah,
found it
I would have
very
seen
bad
it.
taste.
I would have seen it when it came out on home video, whatever year that would have been.
See, I don't remember my like videos, like the stores I used to go to. I don't think I ever remember like seeing it. Maybe I did, and I thought it looked dumb. I don't know. Damn me as a kid.
I think the only reason I think actually the only reason we rented it was the cover.
It was like the alien flipping you off or
Well,
something.
yeah.
I think the American one was different though. It was like a peace sign.
I used to have a bad taste shirt, but I do not know where it's at now. I think
Turns
an
out you
old-
just have bad taste in fashion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of bad. Oh man, I think an ex-girlfriend might have it.
Oh, let's do it right now. Call her. Live on air.
Yeah. Hey, you remember like 18 years ago, I let you borrow. Nah. She probably don't know where it's at. She probably ripped it up. Dumbass. So you saw this in 87 or 88 or whatever, Carrie?
Whenever it would have came out on home video, I know it was released in '89, but I don't know if it was out in theaters here or not, or if it was just a straight to video, and in America.
I'm gonna vote for straight to video.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
we
so I would
rarely
have
get those
seen
type of movies.
I would have seen it '89 or '90.
I think.
Well, anyways, I'll go ahead.
There you go, ahead, man.
No, I was just gonna say, so this movie starts. A couple of people are like sent to this New Zealand little town or whatever. The whole town disappeared practically overnight, so they're doing a little investigation. And we get to meet our two of our main characters. We get to meet Derek and Barry.
Which Derek is played by Peter Jackson.
And I
Barry.
guess there's supposed to be some kind of I guess government agency that they work for.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like a New Zealand or
normal.
Australian Men in Black kind of thing.
Let's see, when they got before that, I think they were like, you showed a bunch of people. This guy had like a fake finger. It was like smoking a cigarette or something.
Yeah, this scene had a lot of like hand porn in it. Like I didn't understand.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
like
there's a lot of symbolism there for no reason. I feel like Peter Jackson was just like, let him have a finger.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just
Real
all
finger.
hands. It's like everything. Let's make everything hands, and they're just like, he's paying us. We gotta.
And they're like, should we send the army? Should we send the blah blah blah? And I said like, he's like, I know who to send. I said the boys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we them boys. Gotta send the boys.
The boys. Above it said the queen or mum. I think it was it. The boys.
And I guess the first time we see our first alien. Of course, we don't know that's what it is at the time. It's just kind of walking behind Barry,
Oh yeah.
carrying an axe.
I like to call this one Jake Busey.
Yeah.
He's turned around. He's like, "Hey, I'm warning you. Don't come any closer." And he keeps walking.
Yeah, and he's just like, "Hey, have you seen Frighteners?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he follows him for a while, and finally he gets the courage enough to fucking
He's got like his little dirty, hairy 44 Magnum. Like
finally he shoots him.
blows the top of his head clean off.
That was an awesome effect.
We'll remember that for later, and
Yeah.
also how that's also a continuity error. So
Yeah. I like how when it fell down, it sort of like the top of its, what was left of the head just kind of went all the way down his
Smeared
leg.
all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
That
love how
happens
it's
a lot in this
overly.
movie. Like
Oh yeah.
people are just getting like covered in goop.
Oh man, it's one messy fucking movie. I tell you that.
Not his messiest.
No, no,
No,
not by far.
no. There's not a single lawnmower in this movie,
No.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the other member of the team, Derek, is on I guess on top of a cliff. And I guess they'd captured one of the other aliens who was also played by Peter Jackson.
How can he be it? Two people at once.
It's so weird how he looks so different without a beard.
Yeah, no.
And like it's
Apparently,
like
he doesn't have
yeah.
a very strong chin.
But he's just the aliens just I guess it kind of stepped in a trap, so it's hanging off the side of this cliff. And then Derek is trying to interrogate him, get some information. So he
Well,
takes
this is
like a
before. This is before. It's before that. Barry sees those. Or he gets pulled in. He's talking to Derek, and then he gets pulled into that shed by those.
Well, yeah.
Aliens.
Well, the thing is, I mean, at this point, they're not like together
No.
yet. So you have Barry just looking around town, just getting a scope of things, and you have Derek. He's got that trapped alien who's also, if you think about it, it's the same person. So he trapped himself basically.
Yeah.
So as it's going on, they're like talking on their little like makeshift radio thing, and Barry's going about town. He killed that one dude. Derek's got the little prisoner guy, and as that's happening, he starts more of those what turns out to be aliens start to pour out into the town and start to follow Barry.
They got the dumbest looks on their face. That's what's so funny.
And this movie's got the dumbest jokes in the history of the fucking planet. So there's like this crowd of aliens picks up a bunch of hammers, right? And they all have their individual different kind of hammer. This one guy has like a big, like phony baloney giant hammer, like a clown would have in the circus. And then like the last guy just has like a little
baby
teeny
hammer.
hammer.
Yeah.
Like what kind of fucking joke is this?
I think one of my other one of my favorite kind of gags, I guess, is whenever Barry's hiding out in that shed and he sees all the
yeah.
so he like grabs a pitchfork and he's ready to go at it and he like kicks the door open and his jacket is like stuck on a hook. So he can't
correct.
yeah, he can't go anywhere and they're just sitting there looking at him.
That's such an
thought that
Evil
was
Dead kind of joke.
Yeah.
Like he was just ready to impale that guy so he can get out of there. And he opens the door and he's like, huh? And he winds up almost choking himself to death.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be some luck? He's like, I'm about to get free, and you get caught on something, and just bite the dust.
Just credits roll.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so Derek, like I said, he was, I guess, trying to get information out of the alien that he captured. I want to say it's just a big nail, right? Or is it?
It's like a little sword thing.
Yeah, maybe a
Like something you buy at a pawn shop.
Yeah, like
Well, not a pike, is it?
Okay, he grabs this really sharp thing,
There you
and
go.
instead
And
of trying to ask him questions, he goes straight to torture.
yeah, he pounds it into the bottom of his foot.
Yeah, and the creature starts making these weird sounds of.
Yeah.
Which
It's like if
then-
you ever have a
yeah,
guitar and get too close to your amplifier, that's the kind of sound that he made.
which makes all the other aliens
Who are about to kill Barry.
go to him, go
Yeah.
up the hill there
Yeah.
towards him.
It was like a help signal or something, like a beacon.
So he doesn't have his walkie-talkie, so you really can't tell Derek, "Hey, get ready." So he goes and finds his gun, and Barry gets his radio and hooks it back up, while Derek's still torturing this poor Peter Jackson's foot.
See, that's like the little thing from beginning to end, but that whole sequence took almost 10 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Him find all the pieces to like his dropped radio to put it back together, just to say, "Hey, watch out, they're right next to you."
Yeah. And this part's funny, I think. Oh my god, this part had me laughing. Well, he's like, he grabs this gun out of his I don't know why he's having trouble with it, getting it out of his bag.
For comic relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like it was actually too big to fit in the bag,
Yeah. Clearly the bag is bigger. He starts like just killing these aliens.
No. First he just starts shooting blindly into the woods, like into the tree line. He didn't.
Yeah, he wastes the whole clip doing that.
Oh, that's right. And then while he's finding the other, like he has trouble. Was it this one? Is this part where he tries to get the ammo out of the bag and he's like struggling real bad? Or is that the later?
No, before that he's like, because he empties that clip into the, like I said, in the tree line, and then one of the aliens comes through. So he just starts making the sound of the gun with his mouth, and the alien thinks he's getting shot. Like he reacts to it.
Oh,
fucking got him.
Yeah,
that had me laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Then the alien realizes he's not being killed.
Well, he gets a little swamped though. Like they start to pour out of the woods, and he's trying to fiddle around his backpack to get that clip or his extra ammo. And this is where the hilarity ensues.
Yeah, because
so
wacky. It's like falling over the fence.
I think he fell over that fence twice, both forwards and backwards.
One was on purpose, the other was an accident.
They all have sledgehammers or like different kinds of hammers, and while he's flippy flopping over the fence, they're like trying to hit him, but since he's falling, they wind up hitting each other like it's a fucking Abbott and Costello or whatever routine.
Yeah, if you remember that one, he shoots at one and the gun, like the alien falls on the gun, so now he's like kind of using that body as a shield, like shooting.
Oh yeah. Like he was trying to hit him with a hammer, shot him, and he fell forward, but he kept firing, so he like blew a hole in the guy to the point where the gun just like went through him. So he was you were using the guy as like a meat shield with the barrel poking out of his back, killing everybody behind him. This is a family picture, by the way. This is rated PG.
Yeah. John Hughes gave this movie 4 out of 4 stars.
I guess the other kind of dumb gag was I guess that one alien's getting ready to hit him with the sledgehammer and he shoots it, and so the hammer just kind of falls back and hits the other alien on top of the head.
Oh yeah, but he's still firing, and he accidentally blows the guy's arm off. That guy falls down, so the other guy's standing there he just got his head smashed. He's just like standing there kind of dead with the sledgehammer still in his head with the guy's arm attached to it.
Yeah, Derek's like at the end of the ledge, right, when all this happens, right?
Yeah. That's also when he realizes that his little prize possession had run away. Like he somehow got away.
Peter Jackson ran away from Peter Jackson.
Yeah, because he's like hanging on to the rope now because he sees that the rope had been cut or just broke.
And he just realized. Go ahead.
And he's trying to get that other clip, I think. So he's trying to swing over to grab that other clip that had fell.
Yeah, then he finally gets it, and that's when he kills those guys, right? Is that when he kills the guys that try to hit him with the sledgehammer? Is that when he kills them?
Yeah. I think it's like when he's hanging off that rope.
Okay. And then he looks around because I guess he thinks he sees Robert, his prized possession. That's when he jumps out of like a bush or something that was over the edge.
Yeah.
And he knocks Derek down.
Can I put a little bit of credit in here? How they didn't just toss a dummy over the fucking ledge. They actually had like an actual articulated body, so it kind of looked like he was rolling down the hill and stuff. It looked pretty good. Yeah.
Peter Jackson doesn't fuck around when it comes to
it looked really good, I think, until it got almost to the bottom. Then
that's fine.
Yeah, you could tell that some of the limbs were starting to. But yeah, I was when I saw that, I was like, he's gonna bring that up on the episode.
Because it just looked good. Like, you can throw a dummy off the thing. And, the really hard part about throwing a dummy off a building and stuff like that, you don't realize that the arms have articulation to the legs, so they're heavier than the body, so they wind up just kind of, going up in the air while the body kind of just, slugs around and stuff, so it just looks like a rag doll. This actually looked really good. It looks like somebody was taking a fall.
Yeah, it looked like he was kind of rolling down the hill, almost trying to stop himself the whole time.
I think we witnessed a murder, guys. I think Peter Jackson killed a guy.
Well, he'd be killing himself. I mean, he played so many parts. Like this movie was probably called like The Tale of Two Peters or something like that, but his friends gave him shit.
He just got some drunk who looked like him. Hey, you want You want $5? Sure. He dressed him up like and then pushing down the thing.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I think we witnessed a murder, guys. Peter Jackson actually killed somebody.
So here we go. 2019, Bad Taste revealed to be a snuff film.
What really happened on that day, Peter Jackson? So yeah, Derek falls to his death, and then when he falls down, you just like see. I thought when I first saw this movie, I thought his head just exploded.
It's another good like little cut effect thing. We just see this guy tumble like probably 200 feet down a cliff, and then he slams down into a rock face. You see his legs just drape over a rock and just like a whatever guts just flying everywhere. But it's shot for like the best impact, so where like it drops the shot and kind of shakes because he hit the ground so hard, almost like it's like a cartoon or something.
Yeah.
Right. So this is this one we're introduced to our other two.
Ozzy.
Ozzy and Frank.
Ozzy and Frank.
No relation to the guy from Hellraiser, by the way.
Right.
It's just a coincidence. Yeah, so they're driving around listening to some rock music.
I want to put rock in quotation marks there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the kind of music you find on like the free, royalty-free website or whatever nowadays.
Hey, have you heard me and my band play? Here's a demo tape.
Or one of those like guitar training videos.
Yeah.
Just a backing track.
Yeah. Just like 3 power chords with a drum machine, like a drum machine over top of it.
I'd still prefer that over New Year's Evil. Fuck that song. Fuck that movie. I'm still mad about it.
All right. New Year's Evil or Terror Vision.
Okay, here's my little tier. Here's my little from best to worst, Bad Taste, New Year's Evil, Terror Vision.
Got it.
Yeah, we can never mention Terror Vision ever again.
So you loved
just did.
I meant after that.
Okay.
Mention Terror Vision.
You guys are giving me the vapors.
Yeah, so we meet our other two. I'm assuming these guys are. I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. There's no storyline to it.
They're the boys.
They're ex-military. Yeah, I know, but I'm going to assume they're like ex-military or they have some kind of special forces training.
I think Ozzy was just crazy and wanting to kill people.
Yeah, I guess they're kind of like the Delta Force of New Zealand, the Kiwi Force.
So yeah, they're driving around and then they end up talking to.
I had a real this was like a little bit of the movie I had a real hard time following because this movie was 100% ADR. There's no actual audio apparently, so I found it really hard to follow because it's kind of bad. I kind of didn't know what they were talking about.
See, I don't think they really like when I read up on the movie, there was no script. It was just everything was based off just ideas. And I think a lot of them just driving around was they didn't know how to get them to the next part of the story.
Yeah, because at the same time they were sprinkling in little bits about that pastor that was coming to town to get like the tithes from all the houses and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was kind of poorly introduced. That's why I said I was kind of confused because this is like a transition period in the movie. You have a solid introduction with like most of the main characters, a little bit of like muddled nonsense, and then the whole end of the movie is like a huge crescendo.
Yeah, I don't know if I guess the preacher or whatever. I don't know if they really needed all that because he basically
he kind of shows up.
He just needed help throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, and it was just like filler. It wasn't. He didn't really serve a purpose. Like they would have went to that house anyways. They weren't going there looking for him.
I think there's only one purpose, but it kind of took too long. They were trying to show that these aliens that had invaded this place were using humans as food.
Well, yeah, I guess that was but we didn't need all that.
And if you think about it, like his character didn't intermingle with anybody else until they got to the actual in-game house.
Like the 35 and 40 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, so I feel like that was kind of like a not quite a last minute decision, but they had to find a way to get him there.
So they did it the most cheap way possible. It's like Peter Jackson had to put his little brother in the movie. He's like, I can't make this unless I put him in it. So,
Who's also named Peter. So you got Big Pete and Little Pete.
Yeah.
It's like Daryl and Daryl.
See, with the aliens, they don't just eat humans. They serve them in their fast food restaurants back on their home planet.
Yeah, that's when we find out shortly after that the aliens came to Earth to kill people so they can use their meat in their intergalactic fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh man,
somebody should remake this, and I choose Michael Bay.
You know, this man won an Oscar. I just want to put that out there. This man is a part of cinema history.
Well, I mean, like I said, I mean, I got to give him props on this one. I mean, he done everything on this movie.
No, well, like I'm giving him shit, but like I said, like watching this movie, the whole time I was thinking, it's like, man, I wanted to make this kind of movie.
Right.
Like when I was like 16, 17, like this is like what I was trying to aspire to. Like, yeah. And he had like the balls and the means to do it.
You know what? I had a chance to make a movie like this. My friend went to college and he had to make a short film. So we were going to do a horror movie, but you know, he was in charge of doing the script since it was his movie. He called it the Charleston Slasher. And we didn't even film nothing but like 2 scenes because some of the people he brought on to help him like kept on clashing. Like somebody wanted to do this. One of them was trying to make a movie. It's like, dude, we don't have money to be doing all this. Like this is just supposed to be a short film, not like a full-length movie.
Like so you just telling me the title of the movie. I've never hated something so much quicker.
Wait, I'm not done.
I've never been enraged.
I'm not done. The killer's name was Zaz Voorhees.
Man. See, this is why horror gets a bad rap. You got jackholes like this thinking they're fucking hot shit, going out filming like a 2-minute little thing, and it's got all these fucking other horror movie references in there. It's like I'm hot, like, oh man, I'm so cool because I watch horror movies and I kind of made one. It's not how it works.
We didn't make it, dude. It never happened. Like we got sidetracked a lot. Of course, those 2 people were like always bickering, and he was just like, "Fuck it, I ain't doing it."
That'd be like, hey, I made a horror movie. You know what's different from all the rest of them? I have a lead actress. You know what her character name is? Sigourney Weaver. Man, I'm so fucking cool. Anyways, Bad Taste is pretty good. I like it. Yeah. And so, anyways, we find out that these aliens are down here, just like chopping people up and trying to ship their meat into space for their fast food restaurant, which I don't even think it had a name. The main bad guy, if you want to even call him that. I don't think he has a name. Really?
Yeah, Lord Crumb is his name.
Even he just like refers to it as like the fast food restaurant. It's just whatever.
That's what it's called, is fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
Based restaurant.
Of course, the name of the town that this takes place in, I think it translates to like Food Town or something.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
What was it called again? Do you remember?
I just had it up here. Kaiharo or something like that?
Yeah, it was like something like that, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got some. Hang on for a second. I got some bits for this movie. The guy that played Lord Crumb died during post-production.
Well, I mean, at that point, it's a wrap.
Yeah, they were done. Yeah, yeah, because all the voices were dubbed anyway. So
yeah.
They had a dub as king.
So that means they could just like get somebody that sounded closer.
Yeah.
Hey, anybody want to voice a dead guy?
And if they had some like a woman do his voice.
Sigourney Weaver.
Also, there was not one woman in this movie, was there?
No.
No, even like the little magazine, that little gun magazine was pretty like brochachos.
It was a sausage fest.
Well, I guess the I guess the town's name was just like Petersville or something.
Yeah.
Petersville.
That just means that Peter Jackson didn't hang out with, like, he didn't have any girls that hung out with him.
Until he got rich. Until he made his second movie.
Right.
Okay. We all have we all have significant women in our life. Who would give a shit after 4 years of us trying to bug them every fucking weekend to get a shot across? They divorce us. They leave our asses because they're done with it.
Honey, I bet you Roger Corman's wife would show her boobs in the movie. We're done.
I got nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
Gotta keep it coming, guys.
Like I said, I know one of the actors.
Personally,
in the 4 years it took him to make this film, he got married and divorced. Like,
you know why? 2 words: bad taste.
Yeah.
Bad taste.
And apparently, one of the guys, I guess, the guy that had like the kind of like a patchy beard, he had to try to keep it. Right? He had to try to keep it that way for 4 years.
Oh my god!
That's with like continuity and everything.
That's why his wife just pushed him.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Peter Jackson still like pays him every now and again for being a cock block for half a decade.
Hey, no hard feelings, right? $100 million a year.
So that's the reason why we made Lord of the Rings. He had like a bro alimony.
Yeah, that's why he had to make it so fast.
Yeah, so like once the I don't know, they get once they get in the house, I think is when the movie kind of picks up and just turns into a
all-out war, shootout, bloodbath.
Like he just wanted to make like these are just all of his like action scenes that he ever wanted to make. He put them all in this movie.
Well, there's actually really good bit of tension in like a really short scene. It's when they first get into the house. The morning after. They sneak up to the second floor. There's one guy just looking in a room, just kind of scoping things out, and everybody else is just stuck on the staircase. At the same time, a guy just kind of like walks by and stops, and everybody's just like, "Oh shit, there's a guy there. Did he notice us?" And he kind of looks back, and he can't really notice his arm. He's reaching for a gun, and at the same time, the guys on the stairs are kind of like moving their gun as quiet as they could because they want to stir anything. Then boom, the action just takes off.
Well, I would like to go back before that. Whenever one of our guys, I think it was Barry, he had to
Frank.
Frank. He grabbed one of the blue shirts and puts it on over top of his gear.
Oh yeah,
because he kills that alien that had the bowl.
He's carrying this bowl, so he takes the bowl. He's impersonating one of the aliens. He goes in the room, and that's whenever we get all of the exposition about the fast food restaurant, what their plans are, and that they're going to start handing out weapons, and then they pick up Peter Jackson's alien character, which I guess was Robert. Was that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to throw up into this bowl. And then everybody has to drink from it. And our guy is like, keeps moving back to the end of the line, like hoping that they'll maybe finish it off before it gets to him. But
he winds up doing it. He actually takes an extra slurp too.
Yeah, because I guess it's like really good.
Man, we were awesome.
Yeah. I was just like, because that, like the gross out scenes like that, and a lot of his camera movements, he done again in Dead Alive, and I just wonder why he never, because I don't know if any of these camera movements, obviously the gross out stuff wasn't going to be in it, but if any of these camera moves that he does on these first two movies, did he do any of those in like Lord of the Rings?
All right. Got Gandalf up, chucking in the corner.
Yeah, or taking a huge shit, falling in it.
Make it sound like.
Or Gandalf sits on a hobbit and squashes it. Oh yeah, he comes.
But anyhow, like after all that,
Fred comes back to the people in the kitchen. And
it goes back in there. And they, I guess, is that when they go downstairs and find?
What was that, guess? What was that? I want to say Peter Jackson's little brother.
Giles is the character's name.
Giles.
Oh, the priest?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even remember he had a name.
Yeah.
Is that when they go downstairs and is that when they find him?
Yeah, I think so.
Like
At this point, he'd passed out too.
Yeah, find him in the he's in that brine.
He's just hanging out in a 55-gallon barrel with some fruit and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd be shitting in that thing. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I taste terrible. I'd be shitting and pissing, all kinds of stuff.
Then you'd just be like swimming around your own shit for who knows how long.
Might as well. I'm about to be eaten.
That's how I want to spend my last moments in life. Just swimming in my shit soup.
With vegetables. This is also vegan.
See, I think this is when, because this is the part you were talking about, because all of a sudden it's daytime, which kind of did. I mean, I don't know how long they were in there, but it didn't seem like it was.
I think the idea was that maybe it was crawling against morning, and by the time they had let him out from downstairs and got back up, it was daytime, morning or something.
Right. Yeah. So
or
this
shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is when it just becomes nothing but just action scene after action scene after action scene with no more, no real dialogue. It's basically just his fan film of action scenes.
Yeah, right after that, just like right after the action starts, I want to point out the best joke in the entire movie, the best moment, is that they go through this entire house. Oh, excuse me. They go through this entire house. Blow everybody away, shooting the place up, and the main guy is just hiding behind a door. He's just hanging out like a little kid in hide and seek in a corner, just like, okay.
Who was in there? Was it Barry? He's like, he just looks out the window, then leaves.
Yeah, like they go through all this trouble, going room to room, murdering everybody, and they didn't look behind a door.
Yeah.
He's just chilling there, like, uh-oh. And what's great about that is they do it again after he turns. He's just behind the same fucking door.
Oh, we forgot to mention while this was happening, Derek ends up not being dead.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to even go back to that.
Yeah, Derek ends up not being dead. He, wakes up and, he's, make sure everything's okay. And then, the back of his skull opens up and he, freaking out, and then finally it shuts, right?
Well, the thing is, he survived that fall. We find out is because he fell into a poor little nest of seagulls.
Yeah, he crushed these mechanical seagulls
that he flattened.
And then when he rose up, he hit one. He headbutted one, didn't he?
Yeah, because I guess it was on him or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He headbutted a bird. Nice. Suck it, PETA. Anyways. He gets up, he thinks he's all hunky dory, oh man, that could have been a lot worse. And then like an orange peel, the back of his head pops open, and his brain's exposed.
Out,
he has a seizure.
Yeah,
rightfully so. His brain's oozing out.
He finally puts back in, and then he sees parts of his brain. So he opens his head back up to shove the brain matter back in.
That's
how brain surgery works.
Well, I mean, that was a really important piece of information he had laid on the ground back there. Yeah. That was the wank bank he had to reinstall.
Yeah. All these porn sites need him back.
Yeah, so basically the rest of his storyline now is keeping his head closed.
Yeah.
Because he goes to that I guess they had a car hidden, and it's the weirdest fucking car.
What is that? That's was it the Magical Mystery Tour fucking thing? It's got a cutout of the Beatles in the front, but it has a secret. Yeah, it has a secret driving area where you only see the Beatles. I'm like,
I have
what
no
is this? That's the kind of thing they bought it for something, and it's let's just use it in the movie.
Right.
Fuck all. That's what.
But he goes all the way to that car just to get a hat to put on to hold his.
And it works.
His skull closed, yeah.
Yeah, but then he ends up passing out as soon as he gets out of the car.
Well, I mean, he just went through a really traumatic stage in his life.
He put a hat on. I swear I'd never wear a hat.
Yeah.
He ends up passing out, and he wakes back up, and he's on a
more
rampage. Yeah, he's on a rampage after this. He
He
gets in
actually,
the car.
Well, no, he didn't go on the rampage yet. He's just driving the car. He's just driving
Oh.
there.
I thought
Yeah,
he's
he runs-
already. Oh,
he
yeah.
runs
No,
into an alien and stuff, and his pops his cap off.
Yeah, because he hits the alien with his what's
Car.
a car
Beetle
like
mobile.
it like splits the alien in two at the waist.
He goes in the back and grabs a chainsaw.
No,
That's
no,
just there. Right
yeah,
now.
you're getting too far ahead
Oh,
there.
is it? I thought he grabbed it.
Hey, because
No, he took his belt off.
No, he grabbed it because that thing started throwing stuff at him when he was trying to kill him with the chainsaw.
No, that's a little afterwards, because like after he wrecked into him, his hat comes off and stuff, and his brains fucking pop out again. So he takes off his belt and he wraps it around his head.
of course, then he looks down and realizes that he is standing on some of his brains. So he doesn't pick those up, I guess. So he grabs like alien brains and crams the alien's brain into his skull.
But not before stumbling all over the place with a chainsaw.
Right. And of course, while this is going on, we just have the, commando.
Oh yeah,
Fan
absolutely.
film
They're just
going
like
on.
firing out into nowhere, and people are just like falling over dead.
Yeah.
Like all those aliens falling out of that tree.
You see, a lot of the jokes that he put in this movie, kind of reminded me of like, not the same quality of jokes, but jokes that you would see in like the Airplane movies or Top Secret. These kind of spoof movies. It's just what they remind me of, just not the same quality that you would get in Airplane.
Yeah, like somebody shooting a tree, like instead of one person, 20 people fall.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I can
the
see
movie
that a
has a
little
kill count by the end of by the time it's over.
Oh my God. How long do you think that took? Because all of them had to play the aliens too, so they had to make sure it looked like there was a lot
everybody's listed as the character they played plus an alien.
I love how the alien's called third class alien.
Yeah.
Dumb of the dumb. So they're still fighting, and then the alien dude, he ends up finding a gun in the house and coming outside.
Well, they showed that a little bit earlier on, like when they were going through the exposition, that they had just like a bunch of AKs just because. So now they both have firepower. They're both firing at each other, missing like stormtroopers all over the place, just having a good old time. Squibs firing everywhere. Not a shot really landed. Everybody's like running around like special forces, but they don't really know anything, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah, they're like rolling around doing.
Yeah, and there's like a really intense scene with the chef guy with a machete.
Him and Ozzy are fighting.
Yeah.
I thought Ozzy was going to bite the dust. See, when he had him in that bear hug, I was like, well, there you go. I thought he was going to die. None of them really died. Isn't that crazy? None of the good guys. Or no, wait, no, never mind. Sorry.
Well, here's the thing.
I forgot.
Here's the thing. They escape from the house with the priest. They run out into the woods, and then as they're trying to get away, the priest and who is it? And Barry go off, and I think Frank takes along with them. But Ozzy goes back to take care of the two little aliens that were just right behind him, and the aliens go into Frank's car. And they think it's like a spaceship. They don't know.
Oh yeah, they're like they're trying to. He's sitting there like trying to drive.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to say, Ozzy took off all his gear to show off his muscles to kill these two aliens.
This is when he gets the rocket launcher, right?
Yeah, the rocket launcher.
The RPG, which is fantastic because when he fires it, he blows up a completely different car.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, look at that really cool purple car. Cut.
We want to rent this for 30 minutes. Is that okay? Sure. So they blow that up, the car, and then
Frank's like, oh, that's my car.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so that means Ozzy goes towards the homestead with more rockets, like, strapped to his back and everything. Then later on, Frank catches up with him. And they have, like, this, like, big old battle royale going on because by that time, Derek is already back at the house with his chainsaw, just fucking wrecking house.
yeah. I love how when he cut a hole in the wall, it was like
It was his
it was
shape.
his body, it was his
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah. He just starts chopping people up like crazy.
He stops killing aliens and putting more of their alien brain into the back of his head.
Yeah, even like the main alien guy, the evil one, he's just
He was like,
"What the
holy
fuck?"
shit. Yeah, he was like, holy shit.
I'm gonna go hide behind this door again. He'll
Yeah.
never find me.
The invisible door. So yeah, Ozzy and Barry are like, Derek's freaked out. Derek's flipped out. And they fucking take off running.
Yeah, they just 86 the whole situation.
Yeah. So when they're running out, the Lord Crumb, I guess, takes a gun and he shoots Ozzy in the leg.
He shoots him a couple times in the legs.
Yeah, he
I thought he
goes
shoot
down.
him once, and then he tells Barry, he's like, go without me or whatever. Or no, get the rocket launcher. And then when he does it, oh, good.
No, I was gonna say he does like blow a hole inside the building, but that was like we've already passed that.
Yeah.
But that little scene doesn't really make any sense because like, oh no, go on without me, and then like as soon as he does that, by that time, the main evil guy like starts to take off and to reel in like the astroturf I guess was surrounding the house or whatever.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really get far.
Barry shoots that rocket launcher at the house, and then misses them. Goes through the
window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
just blows up a sheep.
It goes through the cutout of fucking Derek's body shape in the wall.
Yeah, blows up the sheep. I forgot about
blows
that.
up the sheep. Yeah.
See, that's quality New Zealand humor.
Yeah.
That's just for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess this house, it's a spaceship. Looks like a house. It even had its own fake lawn. That was, like you said, the AstroTurf. That it was that was like pulling back in, underneath it, and it was pulling Barry along with it. So then Ozzy had to go save him, or Frank and Ozzy had to save each other or whatever.
The F&O connection, as I like to say in the fan base, they get away safely, but Derek is still inside with his chainsaw as this rocket house flies into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ends up sawing Lord Crumb in half or whatever, and ends up wearing his skin.
Well, just before that, like he realizes, like he looks out the window and Earth just kind of shrinks.
Sure. Yeah.
Shrinks away.
Probably the worst special effect in the whole movie.
No. We'll bring that up later. Thanks for reminding me.
No, they should make a sequel just like Derek's Adventures.
Worst taste.
Worst taste.
Yeah, but he doesn't really cut the guy. He like jumps down chainsaw first and chops his head.
Well, what he does, he like the bad guy doesn't know that he's still in the house. So he makes like a ruckus with his chainsaw and whatever. So he's like, "Oh, what the hell is that?" So he unbuckles his seatbelt because he's very safe for an reason. And he goes downstairs. He looks around, and Derek is on the floor above him. He cuts a hole in the floor, surprises him, and he says something. He has like a one-liner or whatever, or I forget what he said. But anyhow, he jumps straight down, like an arrow, chainsaw first, through the guy's head and out through its crotch.
Yeah.
Just like an arrow. And it looks like the alien just shat him out.
Yeah, and then we see Eric with the alien's Lord Crumb's whole body or face, sort of.
He's coming for you, you bastards.
Okay. So I've got the line that he says before he jumps onto the the alien. Suck my spinning steel, shithead.
Yeah, that was it. But anyways, shortly after he wears the guy's skin that he just crawled through, and he calls the guys. He's like, "I'm coming for you, you bastards!" Yep. And then we see the best effect in all of cinema history: this tiny house crawling across the black drop with a little cutout of Saturn in the background.
Yeah,
classic. And that was bad taste. Peter Jackson's bad taste.
Well, I mean, it does end with a really good theme song. Like, it's actually pretty good.
Also done by Peter Jackson.
I just saw that on here. The Remnants done it.
It's by Peter and the Jacksons. It's their #1 hit in New Zealand.
Peter and the Jacksons. So, what would y'all give these? How many pretty goods would you give this movie? You started it, Eric.
It doesn't even make sense. There's no scale. You just keep going.
How many pretty?
How many would you give it? Out of what?
Out of 10. How many?
Exactly.
Or no, 5. Do 5. How many pretty good out of 5?
3. It's certainly like a 6 out of 10, 3 out of 5, 3 pretties, if you will.
Or 3 Cormans?
Yeah, I'd probably give it. I would give it a 3 also. I mean, obviously there's no storyline there.
No, this movie is not a good movie, but it's kind of. It's just like
This is
if you've
another
ever tried to
party
make
movie.
movie. No, it's like if you've ever tried to make movies like by yourself. You've got to watch this movie. It's a movie goer's movie or movie maker's movie, rather.
It's also like a party movie, like you invite your friends, maybe drink a couple, just hang out, to make fun of the movie or whatever we're gonna do. It's that type of movie.
I said, it's a really good. Like it was his first attempt at it, and I mean, I'm pretty sure other directors' first attempts were probably a lot worse than this.
It's true. Duel was pretty shitty.
I never seen that. Is it really that bad?
It's just boring. That's probably like the number one sin a movie could make, is just being boring.
Yeah. This movie definitely was not boring.
Yeah.
No, it has a rough start, but the ending is well worth chugging through it.
Out of the movies we've reviewed so far, what was the most boring movie you think we've seen so far?
Terrorvision.
Yeah, Terrorvision.
New Year's Evil.
No, New Year's Evil is just bad. Just inept. It's just like...
I'll never forgive y'all about Terrorvision. You know what? Never.
It was a horrible movie.
You know what? You're a horrible movie. I quit.
All right, that's where we are, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, but I liked Bad Taste.
Yeah.
Bad Taste is good.
I liked it better this time. This is only the second time I've seen it. The first time I watched it, I had no fucking clue what was going on.
Yeah.
But now I actually sat down and paid attention. It's definitely something. Like I said, it's like a movie maker or a filmmaker's movie.
Yeah.
I wonder if Peter Jackson's has he written a book? Or no, it's Lloyd Kaufman that has. He's written books about like if you want to make movies and stuff.
If you want, what has he got to fucking say to filmmakers besides, hey, if you want to make a living, just pander?
I think the book is called "Make Your Own Damn Movie" or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that sounds like what's his name? The guy did shit. He made like El Churro or something like that, and then it turned into that movie with Antonio Banderas.
Oh,
Robert
Rodriguez.
Yeah, it sounds like his book or something. Yeah. Make Your Own Damn Movie.
All right, so the Oscar picks came out.
I would like to nominate Babe Pig in the City for the 27th year in the row. Damn it. Actually, that won Best Picture. Never mind.
Really?
Congratulations. I think it did. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So for for Best Picture, nominees: Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star Is Born, and Vice.
Now you have your classic Oscar bait in there, like The Favorite and all that stuff. Even, Green Book less so. It's more like a dramatic picture, but Favorite's like a period piece, like the Victorian stuff. So you always want to find that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Black Klansman is Spike Lee's first Best Picture nomination, I do believe. Or is it? I don't know. He's either the first Best Picture or first Best Director, because he's nominated for that as well. And he's still not forgiven for Old Boy, by the way.
If you guys had to pick, who do you think would win Best Picture?
Well, considering I've never seen any of these movies.
I mean, I'm just going to go by the director and the people saying about it. I'm going to go by Roma.
Just by title alone, where do you want to pick?
Yeah, just by title alone.
Just by title alone, I'm going to go with Black Klansman.
I feel like that would win. I feel like that's a good contender.
That just sounds like a fun movie.
I don't see an Adam McKay movie, even though I really want to see Vice. I don't think that's going to win.
I don't think Roma, just because who directed it.
It's a black and white picture. I don't know what it's about.
It's about a Mexican family that throughout like the decade or so, through a decade or something like that.
Is it like Boyhood took 12 years to make?
I don't know. It's Alfonso Cuarón. He did it.
Oh yeah, the guy did Gravity.
Yeah, I'd go with Roma. Y'all guys go with Black Klansman.
I'm going with Black Klansman. Yeah.
Lead actor, we have Christian Bale for Vice, Bradley Cooper for A Star Is Born, William Dafoe for Eternity's Gates, Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, and Viggo Mortensen for Green Book.
Now those are some good picks. I have to agree with a bunch of those. But if Rami Malek does not win for playing Freddie Mercury, I'm donezo. I'm not watching any more of that program.
Did he do good?
Have you seen Did you see the movie or?
Yeah, I saw Bohemian Rhapsody with Jess when she was here, and
he did a good job.
The movie is fine. It's a good movie. It's just good. It's fine. Like I'm more impressed with like the accuracy of a lot of it, especially like the period stuff, and like the actors look just like Queen, like they did back in the 70s and 80s. But man, every single moment Rami Malek is on screen, he steals the fucking show. It's just the charisma, the energy. It is Freddie Mercury incarnate. It is wild.
He was talking about, he was like, I'm no method actor, Once, the camera stops, I'm not the person playing or whatever. He's like, but with Freddie Mercury, he's like, I kept in, like, the fake teeth and stuff. He's like, because who doesn't want to be Freddie Mercury? So I guess he stayed in character for a long time. He's like, I'm no method actor, but I want to be Freddie Mercury.
He's just a meth actor. No,
yeah, he's great. Meth actor. I'm gonna go with Rami Malek. I'm gonna go with him.
Rami Malek.
Yeah, Rami. Carrie.
I mean, again, I haven't seen any of these movies yet.
See anybody? It's the name. The name of the movie.
They're probably going to give it to Christian Bale.
I feel like too. Yeah.
Yes.
I really want Malek to win, but man, Christian Bale goes out of his fucking way to be whatever character. Have you ever seen The Machinist?
Yeah.
Dude, he weighs like a $110? Yeah. He's a walking skeleton in that movie. Then his next movie was like Batman Begins.
So, what the fuck? That way back on, yeah. And now he's overweight for this one.
What was the Machinist? He said he smoked cigarettes and ate.
It was a can of tuna and an apple a day. Yeah. And that was it for like a month.
He also has gotten fat for American Hustle too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I think that's what I'll give it to.
But the thing is, he is a great actor. He does a great job, what he does. But do you think body transformation wins over performance?
No, and I don't think that's why he'll get it. But
Malek, he did win the Golden Globe, but I think so did Bale. So
Golden Globe for Best Actor went to Rami.
Yeah, his was from a drama, and I think they had Christian Bale win for a comedy.
Yeah, Vice is a dark comedy.
Yeah. Do you see his accepting speech? He's like, I like to thank Satan for letting me play this emotionless man or something like that.
Yeah, he's cornered the market on playing assholes or something like that.
He's like, who should I play next? Mitch McConnell? He could do it. He's Christian Bale.
Oh man, watch Christian Bale do like a Trump movie. That'd be wild.
So we got, I guess, Best Actresses next. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce this woman's name. Yalitza Abrico for Roma, Glenn Close, The Wife, Olivia Colman, The Favorite, Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born, and Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me?
Well, the thing is, the Academy alternates years between Glenn Close and with that other woman for just nominating her. Yeah, Meryl Streep, just because they have to. That's just for posterity.
I'm either going to go with the girl from Roma or Lady Gaga.
I feel like they would do something like Lady Gaga, just because I feel like the Academy's pandering towards younger audiences. Like they're using the Oscars as less of an award show and more of like an event kind of thing. So that's why you have movies like Black Panther as best picture and stuff like that. Not necessarily because it deserves it.
Yeah, see, I don't even watch. I don't watch the Oscars. I don't. I mean, everybody complains about them, but then they always watch them and they always act like they care what they think. It's just like, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just the nominations and whoever wins, it's all they're bought off. So
Oh, okay, nobody cares, but we're discussing it. So next topic, please.
well, no, we're just going down the list here.
Was it lead or no supporting actor? I can't pronounce his name.
There's gonna be a lot of that, I think.
Mahershala Ali. I don't know. The guy
Don't
from
you put that evil on me.
the guy that was in Moonlight, and he's in the new True Detective. He's in Green Book. Adam Driver, Black Klansman. Sam Elliott, Star is Born. Richard E. Grant, Can You Ever Forgive Me? Or Sam Rockwell, Vice.
It's going to go to Sam, not Rockwell, but Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott for Star is Born.
Yeah, it's his first. So. It's his first Oscar nomination, so they'll give it to him.
Yeah, I'll go with Sam Elliott too. What about you, Gary? Go with Sam Elliott?
Come on, he was Virgil from Tombstone.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with Sam Elliott.
An actress will be Amy Adams for Vice, Marina Di Tavira, Roma, Regina King, If Beale Street Could Talk, Emma Stone for The Favorite, Rachel Weisz for The Favorite.
I don't think it's going to be Emma Stone because she won for La La Land. I think they've like the Academy rarely goes like back to back when it comes to actors and actresses.
I'm going to say Regina King or Rachel Weisz.
I'm trying to think of the last time somebody's won consecutively, and I keep thinking of how I think it was Russell Crowe in like 2000, 2001 with Gladiator and A Beautiful Mind. And that's my trivia.
There you go.
That's my trivia. Well, who do y'all choose?
Yeah, but there's so many other categories. I mean, there's no point in going through all of them.
No, we're not going to go through the main one. Director.
What? We're not even getting to the best stuff like best sound, best grip.
If that's even on here.
I tell you, animated feature, it's going to be Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah, it was that good. Like, I will be very, very surprised if it does not win.
Well, it's a little bit of a curse that every time that a Pixar film in the past, like, I think 6 years has gone up, it's always won, no matter what it is.
So I guess you're going to say it's going to be Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2.
Like, yeah. I liked Incredibles 2 a lot, but it's not the best animated picture. Like, the first one is superior to that one.
Have y'all seen the Spider-Man movie yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, it's so good. It's really good.
I played the Spider-Man game, and
that was really
9 out of 10.
Yeah, that game was really fun. I can't wait till they make a sequel.
Spider-Man 2, starring Sam Raimi as Spider-Man 2.
Bruce Campbell as Spider-Man 2.5.
But anyhow, if we're not going to delve into the Oscars anymore, what else we have on the table? Well, hey, speaking of horror stuff, the Resident Evil 2 remake is just around the corner.
Oh yeah, I am buying it.
It's not already out.
I want to say it may already be out because I've seen. Of course, I guess some people get like pre-release copies for reviews, but I've seen like full reviews of it. So
yeah, I definitely gonna buy that. Bring on the anxiety. But like I beat the second one for 64. I never got to really play it for the PlayStation.
I had it on PlayStation 1. Is what I had the.
I think they're almost identical.
I think except I don't know if you did it with the PlayStation 1, but I know that there was I guess if you had a Game Shark, or is either Game Shark or something, you could put a code in, and then you could have like unlimited bullets, and you can't die.
Oh, well, all you have to do is S-rank all the missions, and then you would have unlimited rounds anyway. Get good, folks.
Yeah, get good. Like when I found that out, I was like, man, why didn't I know all that stuff? And cause I beat it, I only played it once for 64. Then I think something happened to it.
I'll
I
I'll
love
actually
Resident Evil 2.
yeah, I'll be passing just because I'm good. Like Resident Evil 2 wasn't bad. It's just like it wasn't like a quintessential game for me to revisit.
Oh,
At least for me.
What would you like to see remade?
Metal Gear Solid. Period. We're talking PS1 games, boom, there you go.
Mhm.
Without even thinking about it.
I'm still waiting on, which I guess might still be doing. I don't know. Final Fantasy VII remake is what I've been waiting on.
They're still doing it. They're gonna release it episodically, then eventually like as one big game.
Right.
Because apparently like the game's so big, and people are asking for it so much. Instead of like waiting the extra couple of years to have it all done at once, they're just going to release it piece by piece to appease everybody, which is horse shit.
Yeah, but that's the one I've been waiting on. That would be my big remake.
Well, it's on the PlayStation Classic, that little console they released.
Yeah.
I don't have.
And also, it's available on PS4 too.
It
has trophy support and everything. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I really can't think of a game I want to see remade. I don't know.
Like horror games, I'd like to see Soul Reaver.
I want to see The Suffering remade.
Ooh, anybody remember Nightmare Creatures 1 or 2?
Yes.
That was some good stuff. Second one's cool. Ended on the Eiffel Tower.
Or maybe the Friday the 13th game or they never had a Friday the 13th game. The Nightmare on Elm Street game.
Friday the 13th game, the new one. I'm just gonna put it out there. Not good.
I never even played it.
I played it a few times.
It's like an asymmetrical survival kind of game.
But the game that I'm looking forward to is I'm looking for Days Gone and Last of Us 2.
Oh yeah, Days Gone got a release date. It's coming out in May, I think.
I'm ready for that, and I'm ready for Last of Us 2.
I'm not really excited for Days Gone, just because it'd been so long since it was announced.
Yeah, it was like 3 years ago or something like that.
If not more, yeah.
Yeah, that new Anthem game looks like it looks interesting.
Did you play Destiny?
No.
Oh. Well, it's kind of the same thing.
Have you ever played Alien Isolation?
Fuck yeah.
Damn, that game's so good.
I mean, it's over there over my shoulder. I got a new shelving thing for my PS4 games. It's right over there.
I got it too, man. It's great.
Yeah. That was my first PS4 game, actually. I bought my PS4 on Halloween 2014. At the time, I worked at Sears, and I bought the last PS4 they ever offered before they got rid of that whole department. And I forgot that I could use my associate discount on it, so I got like a huge discount off my PS4, and I used that extra cash to go to GameStop to buy Alien Isolation.
Is that the reason you bought the PlayStation 4? Was for the Alien?
No, I was gonna get one regardless, but
you were getting okay.
Like with the extra cash, I was like, let's fucking get a game. You know, I was ready to blow all this money on a console and not have a game to play until my next payday.
Yeah, I bought the PS4. I don't have controllers yet or a video game, but
yeah,
I don't have
a TV.
Yeah, I don't have a TV yet, but I'll get there.
I like the smell of it. Really, that's all I need it for.
See, that's what I miss when consoles came with a fucking game.
Well, they still do, but that was when the console was roughly a year old, maybe less. Like it just came out.
Yeah, they got bundles that come with like a game.
Oh yeah, it's like.
Yeah, but they charge you more. I'm talking about like, you know, when
no, they charge the same price, don't they?
It's the same price.
Is it the same price?
Yeah.
It depends whether or not the console's like a special edition. Like the Spider-Man one's like all red, has the logo and stuff. You pay more for that. But if you buy the like Red Dead Redemption version, it just comes with the game, no extra charge. Because it's just a console regular one, just with Red Dead thrown in there.
I just remember like the Nintendo and the Super, the SNES, they all came with a game. Like
you got the Mario
on launch date, yeah.
My friend just bought me a Super NES Classic.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I've been playing the hell out of some Yoshi's Island.
Dude, the art design in that game is amazing.
Yeah, you should come over one day, man. It comes with 2 controllers. It's got Mario Kart.
I'd be down to play some Super Mario World, to be honest. It's
Yeah,
been
it's got
forever
that
since I
too,
played
yeah.
game.
Play a little bit of that too, yeah. Good. It's good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
All right, I guess
But yeah,
we'll
oh
go. No, go ahead.
no, it's the last little bit, and just don't worry about it. It's not that important. Cut.
Yeah, I guess we'll wrap this one up. People that are listening, if you have an iTunes account or an Apple account, go to the iTunes store and rate and leave a review for
Preferably
the podcast.
positive, yeah. Preferably
Yeah,
positive.
well, it doesn't matter. It just as long as because if the more ratings we get, we'll actually reach more people. Like they'll, I guess it helps with like getting put on like a list or whatever. So yeah, if you could do that, that would be great. And then also patreon.com/podcast from beneath.
And thank y'all for listening. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, but before we go, where can you find us?
You can find me at Bath Salt Wizard.
Every time.
We're on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. You can find us on Twitter, and that is at Podcast From. You can find the podcast on Podbean and wherever else you listen to podcasts.
Well, Billy was at Bath Salt Wizard. I'm at Eric Voltage, and Carrie is
1313 Inc. on Twitter.
There you go.
Yeah, so hit us up, ask us questions, give us a recommendation for something you want us to talk about.
Yeah, and luckily, bad taste will not leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so till next week, I guess that'll be it.
Peace.